welcome. That's awkward.
Hi, Jinx.
It's really awkward.
Were you waiting for me to start again so you say, hello and welcome to the CineBeards?
No,
You're good?
I'm good. I'm good.
You sure? Okay.
Huh?
Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you
God, damn it.
Okay, it's the weird.
Back to this old goof.
Oh.
It's been a while since we've done one of these goofs.
Innovating.
Okay, I'm your host, Jason Musicanth.
You didn't say hello and welcome to the CineBeards, but now I did.
Hello and welcome to the CineBeards.
Is the thing you have to say. That's good. Now say it. Say it so people can hear it.
Hello and welcome
To the
CineBeards. Damn it! So close. Hello and welcome to the CineBeards. I'm Jason Musicanth.
Hey, Jason.
With me, as always, is Dion Funheerden.
Hi.
And filling in for Markus again, Thomas Marshall Sharp.
That's me.
Why do you say it so fast, though, the CineBeards thing?
We'll never know.
We'll never
Poor
know.
delivery.
The audience never will. Or
It's
will
just-
they?
It's just lazy
It's all
writing.
down to the editor.
Down to the spooky editing.
I'm just gonna edit it so it's just you, like, really badly saying, I am a asshole. I can't eat a bag of dicks.
You can totally put that together.
Alright, go for it.
Okay. So, seeing as we watched it just before recording, watched it again just before recording, let's talk about how shit the new Venom trailer is and how shit the movie looks.
Very.
Double very.
The thing is, I thought, okay, that initial teaser was obviously...
Underwhelming.
That was a big misstep. Like, people were tearing that apart, and I thought...
I don't think it deserved to be tore apart. I
Well,
just
no.
wasn't excited.
Yeah.
I watched the teaser and I was like,
Well, that means it failed at literally its only job.
it did, but you watch certain trailers and you feel nothing about them, I think is more positive than watching a teaser and going, that looks like shit.
No, at least if it's shit, you remember it.
Yeah, but it doesn't endear me.
Yeah, so with the first teaser, it was just really long for a teaser,
teaser.
to not also show. And I sort of understood. Okay, they don't want to show Venom. Maybe it just wasn't ready. But maybe also just it doesn't look like it's ready yet.
I was just about to say, maybe they were just embarrassed.
half-baked.
And or maybe they wanted to sort of play the long game and tease and then like blow everyone's mind in the second
my
trailer.
God.
That kind of backfired a little bit, don't you think?
Yes.
Just a bit.
Well, we say so, but according to you, the consensus online is that it looks good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on
Who are these
Reddit,
people
on YouTube,
and who are
Twitter,
their optometrists?
yeah, exactly. Just going on about like, oh yeah, I knew it was gonna be great. Oh, he looks amazing. Like, oh, they're so hyped, and it's like, no, he looks like melted
And
plastic.
do you know what the worst thing is? Is we have a yardstick to measure it against. Infinity War's CG. No, but like that's
Yeah.
your yardstick. You have
That is.
another massively CG character-oriented film that has just come out using CG, and now you have this.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're even putting themselves against that yardstick, as Dion pointed out, by using the same, like...
That was so. I honestly thought I was seeing one of those fan-made mashup trailers.
Oh, yeah, those-
but it was on the
those
official.
weird,
But
like,
it was on the
websites.
official. It was on the official channel, but it started with Infinity War's music, and I thought that's really weird. And I know it's obviously just like audio production company. This one's Audio Machine, but why would they do that? Like a film which is shaping up to be a bit of a disaster versus the biggest cinematic event of the year. And they're so confident that they say, we're going to take a vanilla version of the music you used for your trailer and use that for ours. Because at least the Infinity
Adding no
War...
embellishments
Adding nothing to
whatsoever.
make it distinct or
Infinity
thematically
War at
relevant.
least sort of layered over its own theme and a bunch of extra strings
You
and
know,
all sorts
the
of stuff
things
like
you
that.
should do when
Yeah.
you're getting a trailer to stick in someone's mind.
So they just said we're going to take the vanilla version of that Infinity War, and that Infinity War trailer came out a while ago. I'm sorry, there's no way.
4 months?
Yeah, there's absolutely no way they could have not known.
Maybe that's the in association with Marvel. The only thing they got was
Yeah.
an MP3 with the song.
128 kbps MP3 of the track.
Of
like,
the track.
Use this.
Here you go. This is it.
This is all
This
you
is
get.
all you fucking get.
That's the thing is you're already comparing it subconsciously. I think they wanted it associated with
Of
Infinity
course,
War in
because
people's
why
minds.
wouldn't you want
But we're not
witnesses?
idiots, so we're immediately comparing it to, and it's coming up horribly short.
Criminally
Horribly
short.
Yeah.
Like the like initial reveal of the Venom powers in the trailer, where he pushes the guy out through the window.
It actually, it just
And then he goes, what?
This literally looks like Prototype the movie. Did you ever play Prototype?
I was
did
just
play
about to say, it looks
Prototype.
far more like Prototype
It
than
looks exactly
Venom.
like Prototype.
Same graphics and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
circa 2010.
Yeah. More or less.
More or less. And man, hey Thomas, say that line about his voice.
One day, Tom Holland.
Tom
will-
Holland.
Sorry.
You said it earlier. I was hoping you'd make the same goof in the podcast. Shouldn't have saved him.
I'm sorry.
One day, the man who's acting in
Tom
this
Hardy.
film, that's his human name. One day he will act in a film where he speaks with an accent comparable to that of a human being.
One day.
But it is not this day.
That is not this
But
day.
it is not this day. What is that fucking accent? Who is the dialect coach
I
on
just-
set that was like, yeah.
Dion knows
I
who the dialect coach was. The people from Bad Lip Reading.
Yes. Yeah, because that line that he says, you know, your boss is a bad person. It's a line
You work for
Your
evil
boss is a
people.
bad
that looks and sounds and everything exactly like something from Bad Lip Reading. It again, that's the thing. That just compounded my impression that this trailer was a goof. That somehow,
And it's no, but it's also not helped by the way it's edited, because there's a lot of scenes that they've sped up. You can hear there's a lot of
Yeah.
times where he speaks where they've obviously cut out words or phrases in between,
Yeah.
so it sounds like he talks like this a couple times,
maybe
which
just does, but it
really
it,
isn't helping his fucking weird accent that
yeah,
he's putting on.
Two lines in that trailer. His first two lines just both play like jokes, and the whole trailer with that Infinity War music, with with like the one bit that's just looped endlessly that
Yeah.
will walk down. With those weird lines, I really thought when I was first watching it, like, okay, just double check that I am on the official channel.
on Sony's channel.
This is real. And that Venom reveal, I'm sorry, internet, I disagree. It's bad.
And the line that he hopes if he can merge people with symbiotes.
Yeah,
That's
Not symbiotes, symbiotes.
symbiotes, and they've named it the thing that they hope it will be.
otherwise it's just the cancer.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the stuff, the symbiote.
These symbiotes,
It's
if
like,
you will.
We're not sure if they can actually be symbiotic with humans, but
so we'll
we're
call them
kind of hoping.
symbiotes.
Yeah, so we're kind of we'll fix the
8%
pronunciation.
different.
8% different.
We'll fix the pronunciation if our hopes turn out to be.
It's a rebranding
realistic.
thing. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna fix it in the marketing.
That's important. Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
Unbelievably dumb.
It just looks. Yeah, that's the thing. It just looks dumb.
I just don't know how the consensus, like people have come to the consensus that he looks good.
The broad consensus is that this trailer is kick-ass and that this is something they're looking for. In fairness, it can turn out to be good.
But this trailer is not.
The
trailer
trailer
is
is not
not
neither
selling
the
me.
teaser, the really long teaser, or the actual trailer have done it any favors.
And I really hope this is a really early trailer and they're still working on the CGI.
They just got Greg the intern to do the CG.
Just real quick.
Well, that's why there wasn't any CG in the teaser, because
Yeah.
they hadn't hired Greg the intern
Yeah.
yet. But
And
then when
but-
Greg came on,
but
he's like,
Greg
"Hey man,
knows-
I can do
Greg knows
animation."
After Effects. And he's like,
Opens up Paint.
Opens up Paint with Adobe Premiere.
well, he just opens up like a 2009 crack copy of Maya, and
Dude, I had a 2009 crack copy of mine.
he's like, "All right, I got this. I've got some great tutorials on YouTube. I'm gonna knock this out of the park."
4 months later. Oh, we joke, but no, we don't.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's good. Obviously, I always want more good superhero films. But
Yeah, and Venom is cool. And
Yeah, Venom is cool.
His arc and his inclusion into the Spider-Man universe at large is cool, because that opens the gate for Carnage. It opens the gate for Anti-Venom.
Yeah,
it
but the
opens
problem
gate
is
for...
this is a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man.
It is, but I'm just saying, in the consciousness
Yeah, I mean,
of
obviously, but
the people.
It's kind of, do you want them to be in a Spider-Man-less Spider-Man universe?
There's one thing that this trailer proves, is that it really doesn't work if you've got a bad guy playing against nothing but his internal conflict of being a bad guy, you just
Well,
kind
he's
of...
not a bad guy. That's why they put on the screen, just so you know, even though in public consciousness Venom is a baddie, that no, he's an anti-hero.
Oh shit, you're right. I missed the
Did they actually
unleash.
say that?
Yeah, no,
It
no,
said
says
anti-hero.
It says like unleash your anti-hero or awaken your inner anti-hero.
Where?
In the trailer.
In the trailer,
the actual trailer.
cut in between scenes, it's big white
that,
letters
that
on
weird
black.
that text that
Are you
they're new
serious?
yeah. It says
What?
awaken your inner anti-hero.
That's horrifying.
do whatever we want. Don't look at my nipples; they're very prominent
It's like that's like putting like subvert tropes in the trailer.
Yeah.
But do it poorly.
Implement the CGI.
It's
In
like
the
if in the trailer
eyes.
for T2, they just put, "Don't worry, he's a good guy now."
The silver one is bad. Arnie is good.
Experience the climax in the third act.
Get
Wow.
ready for conflict in the second act.
Everything will seem fine at first, but then it will all be destroyed, and then it will all be fixed.
Prepare for exposition.
Prepare for a movie.
That's hard. They actually said that.
They actually say anti-hero.
Because that's the thing is like anti-hero is something that is part of a character's definition and part of how you construct the character. That's machinery behind the works.
Yes.
That really should not be.
No.
It's like literally like the movie starts and then there's a title card, like a thing that stopped, the text in the bottom left corner, like London, England exposition. And then they have the exposition.
Or they could have the the thing that Rampage did with fucking the brain mapping as like this and then text. And it's like a whole page of text.
Yeah. Or they could just have what they did in Infinity War and just put space.
Space title card. Spoilers.
Space, comma, the universe.
Comma, the multiverse. Yeah. But anyway, Venom looks like
Venom
that.
looks like shit.
Yeah, I have been getting progressively less excited about that.
I was never excited, and this has done nothing to help.
I was cautiously excited about it because, like I said, I like Venom. I think Venom is cool.
Venom is cool.
but-
Tom
but
Hardy is
as
very
a-
cool.
But yeah, but
but-
like as you say, like it's a progressive thing. Like as you're finding out more and more about it, you're like, you're slowly backing away
Because
from the horrible thing that's coming towards
take
you.
Venom, take your sort of brand recognition out of it, and just look at it as what it is, which is there's bad scientists who've got a goop, possibly a thing they
an
made, or
intergalactic
possibly
MacGuffin.
that basically possesses a person and allows them to turn into like an alien monster, and you hear its head, like you
Yeah.
two are sharing a body.
And it speaks to you through the voice
And
of
what else
deep
is
voice
like?
man.
What else is there? There's nothing else in there in the trailer that's like
There's a reporter. So
these are
maybe
the
if you like
stakes, or this is the
reporters-
reason this is important. It's
No,
just
it's because science is bad.
look how cool
Well,
Venom
it's
is.
because they were doing science that hurt people, and he's like, "Hey, why are you doing the science that hurts people?" And they'd be like, "Hey,
Hey,
you can't say that. We're,
we're
gonna
do
hurt
that.
you."
We're gonna do
gonna
that
hurt-
science to you.
We're gonna send our men with guns for you.
Oh yeah, and then the science.
And then I guess that's the conflict. Is him not wanting to have
Hurt?
science done to him?
Yeah, now that the science has been done to him, he has to ensure that science isn't done to anyone else. It's like he goes
I won't
into a
let anyone else
pharmacy
become
and
this monster.
they're giving a child a vaccination. He just like punches the pharmacist. Like, stop sciencing this child.
People curing malaria in Africa. Bah, 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 just shoots
He
them.
just goes around just tearing mosquito nets.
Tom Holland. God damn
Stop
it!
calling him Tom Holland.
I'm sorry. I've got it on the brain. I got it on the brain.
All right, yeah, Tom Hardy.
Yes. Confirmed war criminal.
I feel like that would have been.
Yeah, I feel like the delivery was a little stilted there. The pacing was a little off.
It's not my finest.
The pacing was a little off. He was some kind of joke critic. The characters weren't fleshed out enough.
I had no idea who the players
Tell me
were.
who
What
this
was the
Tom Hardy is.
motivation?
I would love to know the motive. Oh, I suppose the motivation here was money.
Yeah.
Always money.
Always.
Boy. Go Sonny. If they could say symbiote.
If they can say symbiote, we can call them Sonny.
Okay, let's move on from that hot steaming pile of turds.
Oh, CGI.
Onto something new and innovative.
Yay.
So, you know how Disney did The Jungle Book and it was all lighthearted and nice and it was a fun time, not an excellent movie, but a good movie
A feel-good movie.
and a fun time. Mm-hmm. And now Warner Brothers is busy doing their version of it, Mowgli,
Yeah.
which,
Okay.
according to reports from CinemaCon and the footage that was showing there, is dark and gritty.
Man, there's nothing I like more than watching children play out dark, gritty films.
I love it. Nothing better. I'm actually really surprised that it isn't done yet because it was in development. I mean, it was like apparently far along in production when the live-action Jungle Book came out.
I honestly had no idea it was coming out.
Oh no, they were talking
Yeah, it's-
about them.
It's been in
around this-
development for a while,
I
but
must
yeah.
have was just
So-
well, in my head I must have
fairness,
just
and the thing is, Andy Serkis is involved with this
Andy
one.
Serkis is involved.
So I know the mocap's going
it's
to
gonna
be
be-
amazing.
uh,
Performance capture.
Tom Hiddleston is involved,
Yeah.
but WB is making it dark and gritty again.
It's really
That's
weird.
their mission statement.
Yeah, apparently they're trying to make it closer to like the original story.
Yeah, but
But-
that's kind of...
That's not the one that's in public consciousness.
Yeah, I don't
No.
give a shit about the originals. There's a reason they changed the original story.
To make it more palatable for humans to watch.
In fairness, like, I can't... I mean, just saying Warner Brothers making a dark and gritty Jungle Book is bad, but, I mean, just the involvement of someone like Andy Serkis
It gives me hope.
gives me hope
Yeah.
maybe this will actually be something.
And
Great.
maybe it'll turn out to be one of those films that isn't necessarily good or enjoyable, but there are takeaways.
Well, I
that
mean,
you can
if
like.
anything, I'm going to probably take away the tech because it's going to look and just
Oh
be
yeah, it's
amazing.
gonna look great.
It's gonna look fantastic.
Warner Brothers has done good things.
Yeah,
They
but
have.
but as soon as you say they're doing a dark and gritty spin on this beloved thing,
They're
it's
doing a
alright.
dark and gritty spin on the Teletubbies.
I mean,
That could actually be pretty easy to do dark and gritty.
that is already pretty messed
And it's
up.
terrifying, as we found out last time, the shortest Teletubby is 10 feet tall.
What?
Yes,
What?
fucking monstrous.
Jesus! That makes it way more sinister.
That thing would be like here, like close to the sea.
The
It's
soul
like
of a
lumbering,
child imprisoned in the sun,
lumbering
forever
over
screaming.
you with like a TV that just like starts
Just
displaying.
broadcast,
You thought it
obey,
was a little
obey,
tube TV.
obey.
It's just 55 inches.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a scary thing.
Okay, so I'm curious to see a trailer for that.
Yeah, when do you think we'll get one?
Well, if it showed at CinemaCon, it should be soon.
Yeah, we might get it soon. I wouldn't really hold thumbs because CinemaCon is usually not like a big thing where okay, here it is at CinemaCon. Now we're gonna show it to everyone because it's not usually trailers and stuff that debut there as much as okay, here's the synopsis for this and some test footage and images and stuff like that. More so than the big Comic-Con and stuff trailers.
More like Insider.
Yeah, exactly. But what did come out of there, and I read it beforehand to make sure it's not spoilery or anything like that, but there was some footage shown for The Predator and a synopsis given.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Now, I want to
I'm
read the synopsis to you because, like I said, checked it. It's not spoilery at all, but it does happen in the same world as the first two Predator movies.
That's cool. I'm keen
So
on that.
it's a soft reboot, really, rather than a
Then a complete.
and a hard reboot, yeah. So, the synopsis goes as follows. From the outer reaches of space to the small town streets of suburbia, the hunt comes home in Shane Black's explosive reinvention of the Predator series. Now the universe's most lethal hunters are stronger, smarter, and deadlier than ever before, having genetically upgraded themselves with DNA from other species. When a young boy accidentally triggers their return to Earth, only a ragtag crew of ex-soldiers and a disgruntled science teacher can prevent the end of the human race. They actually used the term ragtag.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I immediately have a knee-jerk reaction because I just watched Rampage about people saying, like, splice their DNA with other
Yeah.
species.
With that fantastic page that the technique had specifically set up for it.
I don't know. Like, I think the movie's going to be great. The synopsis doesn't.
It doesn't endear me.
It's like it's generic.
It doesn't endear me until I think the disgruntled science teacher is probably Keegan-Michael Key.
Possibly, yeah.
That would be fine.
So like I can live with that.
I don't know.
And also it's Shane Black.
No, but that's the thing is, I'm excited for the film.
Yeah,
just
because it's hard for him
the
to
synopsis.
do wrong.
Yeah, the synopsis is just like generic action sci-fi number 3.
No, number 3. And like, I'd love for it to be great because Shane Black is great.
I'm
and
sure it's gonna be.
I love Predator 1. I
Yeah.
like it a lot. It's really up there for me. It's creme de la creme of the cheese of that era, and I thought that number 2 was serviceable.
I only watched it once a long time ago, and I was not.
It was serviceable.
Very impressed.
It's fun to see Gary Busey run around a meatpacking plant trying to fight the Predator hand to hand. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool, and the blade flying through that meat factory was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. But
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
And it was a cool step in terms of Predator lore. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get to go onto the ship and you see the xenomorph skull, and you see it just if you're a fan of it, it
Yeah.
fleshes them out as a race more, and that they then took that and then tried to apply it to the Adrian Brody reboot with Lawrence Fishburne, where he was a crazy man living in the spaceship.
What is this?
Predators. Remember Predators?
Predators with Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody and Lawrence Fishburne's a crazy man that lives in the.
Where instead of the Predators coming here to our planet, they like ship people to a
do
hunting lodge.
They do an Island of Dr. Moreau, most dangerous game thing.
When was this?
5
Ages
years ago?
Yeah, at
I don't
least.
think I ever saw it.
It was
I don't think
alright.
I've ever heard about
was
it.
alright.
And there was a freaking showdown between a predator and a samurai.
Yeah, a Yakuza dude
Yakuza,
with a
like,
katana, has
facing
a
a predator.
They
That's
have
cool.
a samurai battle, which
Might
is
check
pretty
that
cool.
out.
But
yeah, it's not great, but it's entertaining.
It's entertaining,
No,
but
that's good
not
enough.
entirely great.
That's good enough.
So yeah, hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable.
Hope so. Right, what other news do you have for us?
What are the news?
More coming out of CinemaCon. There was also footage shown from Glass, which is the sequel to Split and Unbreakable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and there was a trailer that was shown with nothing much interesting per se, like just general jailbreak scenes, because obviously Mr. Glass has
is in
got to get
jail.
out somehow to be the villain. And then Bruce Willis and McAvoy's characters using their powers, like he climbed on the ceiling thingies and bending bars and shit. And then there's a psychologist character who there's a shot of her in the trailer saying the words, "I specialize in those individuals who believe they are superheroes." Plural.
Meaning there's an expanded universe at large that he probably wants to break into.
It's that monster thing from The Village.
Yes.
One of is Bruce Willis going to team up with Bruce Willis in an unbreakable Sixth Sense?
I remember very little of The Village.
A good man.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah, that's.
I remember it was like any other M. Night Shyamalan. It's like, please let this keep being good. Please let this keep...
Nope. There it is. There it is. I can switch the film off now because it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, so,
But I'm hyped for that because Split was surprisingly outstanding.
okay, and now I've got something here that I have not read properly yet, but there are details out from the Aquaman trailer that was shown at CinemaCon.
Aquaman, Aquabro.
I know. I read the direct. I read James Wan talking about the story a bit and everything. It says it's a classic tale of sibling rivalry, and then I shut off.
Oh dear.
It's him and his brother
Yeah.
fighting for the right to party, or something like that.
No, that's that other song.
So what did they say what did they say about the trailer?
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so the trailer and the footage that they showed focuses on like fights between Momoa Man or Aquaman, depending on your definition.
Momoa Man.
Momoa Man and Patrick Wilson's Ocean Master, which is pretty cool.
Ocean Master looks cool.
And then
From comics, I remember.
it sounds like they're not shying away from the camp in this one, which is really nice, because there are apparently shots of Atlantis cityscapes and armored seahorses.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I want to know if they're like seahorses, like twirly tail seahorses, or like actual horses covered in armor under the sea.
Both would be
Like
cool.
Either one would be amazing.
Either one.
But instead of hooves, they got flippers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that they're actually going for the
silly.
yeah.
Lean into it a little bit.
Well, let's hope that hasn't been a victim of their tonal shift, their reshoots.
Yeah.
We hope.
And then apparently there's like shots of old gladiator-like Colosseum and hyping crowds and
That's cool.
fights for the throne.
I'm just keen to see how they make it all look good underwater.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the very few scenes we saw in Justice League.
Yeah, because the thing is, something like the Avatar sequel, however you feel about it, you know it's going to look amazing, and apparently a lot of that is underwater.
Yes.
And you know it's just going to be, like, phenomenal, like, the way it
Yeah.
looks. With this, I'm a little more worried.
And
Going from the Justice League underwater
Yeah.
footage.
Like, I don't want a whole movie of that.
no, and like, just in terms of how things will look, you would have to do the same thing that they do in a lot of space movies with zero G, and that's either have actors that have got no hair or very little hair, or have artificial gravity, because otherwise you've just got
The hair fur getting in their eyes, the whole, like between conversations,
like for really serious conversation, like the current shift and just like
Well, like we saw in Justice League, though, I think they're gonna use that whole creating a bubble under the water thing, just
Yeah.
to make it easier so that characters can actually have dialogue rather than just looking at each other and
like that
nodding.
BoJack Horseman episode.
Yeah, and then just got the button.
I can't watch that show, man. It's too much.
It hurts.
It does.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, I mean, maybe there's hope for it. I mean, James Wan is good.
I'm a James Wan
I
fan.
put my faith in James Wan.
But it's just a question of it's James Wan versus studio meddling.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the final showdown.
So let's see what happens. At least they've got a charismatic lead, man.
At least they've got a great versatile actor.
Yeah, just
Yeah, because the thing is,
character actor of the generation.
he's super charismatic. Jason Momoa was super
Yes,
charismatic.
the man.
But if you point a camera at him,
He turns into Blockman. It's a character he played in Stargate Atlantis.
oh really?
No.
Okay. The thing is, that sounded
told that to me.
that
No,
like,
but that's actually the gag, is that he was in Stargate Atlantis
yeah.
as, like, the leader. Like, he was one of the key people that
Oh, really?
lived in Atlantis.
Oh,
in
wow.
Stargate Atlantis, and now he's
Nice.
back in Atlantis.
Coming back as king.
Yeah.
Alright, what else is news?
Are you a fan of Stephen King's The Long Walk?
The Long Walk, that was his novel that he wrote, or novella that he wrote as Richard Bachman. That is it that one?
About a cross-country marathon?
Yeah, that is one of my all-time. That was actually of his. I'm speaking totally under correction, but of his published sort of mainstream published works that you can buy. That's the one that he was the youngest when he wrote. I think he was 18
Oh, wow.
when he wrote it, and it is one of my all-time favorites with Garrity, and yeah, it is. So they're making
It's a
film out of
Full
it.
adaptation is now
I
in
am-
development.
I am extremely happy about that. It's an incredible
Give us a
it's
brief
basically
synopsis.
the story is that it's the future world. There's a marathon that it's a long walk basically. Like it was something ridiculous, like 500 miles or something. I can't remember the exact
Something
number.
outlandish.
Yeah, something ridiculous. And if you win, then like you're sorted for life. Like your family's all taken care of. You get untold wealth.
So like
that kind of-
Logan's Run.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing. And then all the Hunger Games, but you're sorted for life. And
You become part
it's
of the
great.
upper echelon.
And it's not in some sort of dystopian future. Like it's just
It's just the future.
it's just the future. And then, but if you slow down below, I think 4 miles an hour, something like that, more than 3 times, you die. They shoot you.
Oh
They
wow.
kill the shit out. Yeah, they basically like they've got guys. Like in the Olympics when they're doing like the walking.
Yeah.
They've got people. It's like that, but with security the whole time. and
damn.
and so you die, but
Shit.
only one person can win. So if you
like,
if you actually finish, if you survive to the end and you're second, you die.
You just get wow.
And you're second, you die.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
Only one person lives. Like everyone can die, and then nobody wins it, or like the person that finishes
not a
gets the
bad
prize.
premise.
And it is, from what I recall. I mean, I read this years and years and years ago, but it's
Sounds
one
like
of the ones like I usually don't remember plots particularly well, and that one, there's scenes from that are still from when I was a child, just vividly etched in my memory.
It sounds like it could be quite harrowing.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's obviously
wow.
the thing that he does best is writing sort of younger characters and them relating to each other. So everyone's sort of forming these little bonds, these the typical
But
human
all
thing.
but one of them are
But,
gonna die.
Yeah, they're all gonna. So you have some guys that just want to be isolated. They don't want to get attached. Other guys are sort of looking for friends. Some guys are just immediately regretting their decision. You've got all the different people types in there, and yeah, it's really
That could
good.
make for a pretty interesting movie.
that could make for
Yeah.
some compelling characters.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I'm very keen. I'm
Tentatively good
super keen
news.
for that. Yeah, no, more Stephen King adaptation. Apparently, they've also sold the rights to adapt the Tommyknockers.
Yes.
So this will balance that out.
no,
No, not on the good
It was my
side of
first
King.
one, so I'm a little sentimental about it, but it's really bad. It was him at the height of his like cocaine breakdown, like just on
Sounds like a good recipe for books.
Yeah, and like at that point, all these he was just right. Almost all these characters were like addicts of one form or another, and shit like that. And it's just this weird, disjointed mess of a book. I mean, as I say, I'm sentimental. So it's the first one I ever read. I was like 9 or something, but going back to it's not good. It's not good. But hey, maybe they'll make a good film out of it. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, Ready Player One was not really a good book,
Yeah, no,
but it was
I've heard
a
it's-
great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but I mean, Long Walk, I'm down for that.
yeah. After hearing your description of it, yeah, I'm down for that.
indeed.
Yeah.
I'm very much down for that. Okay, so more coming out of the CinemaCon.
Ye old.
Footage from the remake of The Lion King was shown, and it was the whole Circle of Life, the opening of it.
Oh shit, son.
Yo, that's a heavy opener.
Apparently, almost like scene for scene, the same as the original.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's you kind of have to go that way.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
you
seems
can't try and outdo
it's
it.
so
Yeah.
iconic and so perfect.
Yeah.
That to change it will feel like a
Yeah.
betrayal.
My question is just with the music. So I know Elton John's writing a new song,
Oh, is
and I know they've got Hans Zimmer. My question is just, are they just doing re-recorded versions of songs? I assume that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, I'm just very curious to see how they approach the music overall.
Yeah, is it going to be as much of a musical, or is it going to be like Jungle Book, where
It was like 2 or 3, like 3 musical numbers,
yeah,
and they were fairly, aside from
And-
Christopher Walken's one, like they
Yeah.
were all fairly understated.
yeah, they weren't really musical numbers, but more the characters
Yeah.
singing, like
Waxing
as
lyrical.
as one would.
And then what was the other one they did? Beauty and the Beast, which was sort of just a full-on musical again, the live
Yeah.
action. I kind of, I'm very curious
So,
to see.
I don't
how they
know where
approach
on
it.
that
I've got
that's
no
gonna
idea
fall.
like where they. I actually don't know which one I'd prefer. But I trust it'll be good.
Well, I think seeing as they got Beyonce and people like that, they're gonna go.
They're
pretty
gonna
heavy
make
towards
use
the
of
musical.
their talents.
I feel Beauty and the Beast was just such a disaster.
Yes, it was.
That was-
unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, it was absolutely appalling. Aside from Gaston,
Yes.
aside from him, just the rest of it was just absolute trash. But then you had something like Cinderella, which was fantastic, and Jungle Book, which was very good. So, but I can't imagine them taking risks with Lion King. Like,
No,
I think
Their
this
most
is
famous-
all hands on deck.
yeah, they've now after so long gotten their A team on it after having their B team build it in the first place. When it was first made, they thought it was going to make no money, and they put their B team on it to develop the whole film.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because they had no faith in it.
Jokes on them.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Take that, Disney.
Actually, jokes on Kimber the White Lion.
Oh,
Yeah.
the forever joke.
The forever joke. Yeah,
Look it up,
and then
kids.
they also showed some footage from Aladdin with Will Smith as
Oh.
the genie. That face is the same face I made, Dion.
Will Smith? Really?
Yep.
That is the.
That's a terrible casting choice.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
Well, my favorite, on a similar vein,
Huh?
I read an article, a headline, and then an article saying, "Yeah, the new Aladdin's gonna have a tougher Jasmine." It's like, tougher how? Tougher than like when she was setting a fucking tiger on people, where her father was like, "Oh, you must like win this bride," and she was like, "Nah, get fucked. Here's my tiger." Or when
She just shoots him in the kneecap.
Shoot! She gets a crowbar.
oh, at the end where Jafar's like, "Ah, he was marrying me," and she's like, "Suck a dick." Like,
Tougher than that? I think these are people that haven't necessarily rewatched the film and they're just like, oh, she's a Disney
like
princess, right?
as a Disney princess, she ranks like right up there with the Disney princesses that are not useless, like Aurora.
Yeah, she's up there with Mulan. And...
Absolutely. She does what she wants the whole time. Like she's like, "I'm not a prize to be won."
Yeah, I think whoever wrote that article hasn't watched the film in a very long time. Probably
Tougher.
tougher. Oh yeah.
But wait, isn't it still Disney, not Warner Brothers?
Oh, it's not gonna be a.
It's gonna be dark and gritty.
Yeah.
The tiger's actually gonna maul the people there in the throne room, and she's just gonna paint war paint on herself with their
Their
blood. If you're listening, Warner Brothers, call me.
Oh, please don't. Yeah, I'm keen for that. But what Will Smith,
Smith,
as the
really?
genie?
Is he
mean,
gonna
yeah,
sing?
Will
Is he
Smith
gonna sing?
as
That is
the
one of the
genie.
most sort of just iconic performances and roles.
It's a
Like,
good
well,
thing
it-
they've cast somebody so versatile.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's
Who
like
can just
almost-
disappear into roles.
The performance almost kind of feels sacred in a way.
Yeah, and I think kind of now with Robin Williams passing away, it kind of is.
Yeah, it should be this vaulted thing. That
Yeah, like if you're gonna replace him, you're gonna have to bring in like
the heaviest
Hader
hitter you
or-
can.
Huh?
Like a Bill Hader or somebody who can actually, do things
Yeah.
with comedy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he-
I mean, and obviously do the voices. And
Yeah,
do the,
exactly.
That the vocal range, I think,
Yeah.
is important to a character like that.
Because I haven't seen a lot of Will Smith's impressions, but I imagine most of them sound like Will Smith.
Well, the only thing I would say in his defense is his portrayal of Muhammad Ali, where he, was the character.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think if he maybe bases it on a character,
But I mean,
maybe
you
he
need-
can do it.
But I mean, you need.
Yeah, there's a
flexibility.
lot standing in the way.
It's a ridiculous, huge, over the top, insane,
Bombastic,
character.
larger than life.
Wow.
But now
I-
it's just gonna be cool.
I
Is he just gonna
can't-
be cool?
Are they remaking this in the 90s? Is he gonna have like a sideways cap and a skateboard? Like, hey kids,
Almost
Sorry,
undoubtedly
all
at
about
some
how-
point,
yo
yes.
yo, I'm the genie, y'all. What? I can't imagine what this is. This is just because Will Smith. I mean, he's also older now.
More tired.
Yeah, he's like I enjoyed him. I mean, for all the movie's faults, but like I enjoyed him in Bright. But that's because he was sort of peak Will Smith.
Yeah, that he was
Peak
playing
tired.
the
I'm
character.
too old for this.
Yeah, like he put in a solid day's work there and played Will Smith really well.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and that's kind of yeah.
But
I
he
mean,
didn't play a character that wasn't Will Smith or wasn't a character that you could see Will Smith doing.
Or a character that he's kind of played before with a little.
Yeah, he basically played the dude from what's it, the Bad Boys movies.
Yeah, Bad Boys. Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. Hey, dig deep.
All right, so that's the most horrifying thing I've heard today.
Yeah. Well, in good news, you enjoyed Rampage, right, Dion?
I enjoyed the shit out of
It
Rampage.
was a lot of fun.
So the guy who did the motion capture for George in Rampage is doing the motion capture for King Ghidorah in Godzilla 2, aka Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
King Ghidorah is the giant 3-headed dragon.
Yeah.
King
The-
Ghidorah is my
the-
favorite kaiju of
it-
all time.
When
really,
you
of
say
all
Godzilla
time.
2, do you mean Gareth Edwards versus Godzilla?
Yeah.
Alright, are they adopting the Kong Skull Island sort of attitude? And
I would think they might be.
I think
Given the reception of the two films, I'm willing to bet that they're leaning more towards the tone of Skull Island.
because don't get me wrong, like aside from the human side, but I mean that was my issue with Pacific Rim as well. Aside from the human stuff, I really enjoyed the new Godzilla.
Yeah, the legendary Godzilla is very. But yeah, I'm super hyped because, like
I'm
I
so
said,
hyped. Because I mean, this design of Godzilla, just like Gutfall, just
me.
it's like, oh, fuck, gotta fucking do this shit again.
Laser breath. Oh,
Come on, got out of bed for this.
It's like it's Kratos like one sequel on from here.
Boy,
Damn it, boy! With this walking stick.
the axe is turned into a walking stick. But yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
like I said, like
I'm super
King
down.
Ghidorah is my favorite kaiju of all time. I absolutely love him, and I'm so excited to see, with new technology, what he can look like. Because the last time I saw King Ghidorah was Godzilla Fights All Monsters, and I think that was like a 2001 Godzilla.
Was it
movie.
CG or?
It was CG, but like weird Japanese CG. Like they've only, I swear Japan has only discovered CG in the last 5 years somehow. So all the CG looks a little bit dodgy.
Yeah. The thing is, I would think that they would have just done it like stop motion or something.
Yeah, but it didn't look great. But I'm keen. So
Yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
Down
very
like a
much
clown.
so. And from the people who are doing the motion capture for this, they are saying that the like final climactic fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah is just going to be a fucking spectacle.
yes. Indeed. That gesture exactly.
That one.
Yeah, so I'm just fucking excited for it.
When is it coming out? Probably like 2020, 2021 or
Oh
something.
shit! Let me
I'd say
check.
2020.
But I'm really hoping that like I'm gonna be surprised and be like, what, this year?
Yeah.
Interesting.
March 22nd next year.
Oh, that's actually closer than I expected. That's less than a year.
Yeah.
That means we get to see it before Infinity War 2.
Ooh, good lead up. Interestingly, the Japan from
The Japan from?
the
yes.
Japan from they got the rights to the Roland Emmerich Godzilla.
Yeah?
Zilla, just so they could put him in one of the movies and have actual Godzilla kill him.
Really? Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
Real truth.
That's pretty
beautiful.
good.
Did that already happen?
Yeah, no, it happened. It's one of the like early 2000s Japanese Godzillas. They got the rights and they killed him in their own movie because Japan hates
Zilla.
They hate Zilla so much. They think he's absolutely terrible. Sorry. It.
She had babies, damn it.
Yeah, but she could reproduce asexually, so that means she has both organs.
I remember now that like the 1999 one or whenever it was that actually like left it open for a sequel, that ending.
Yeah,
now that I remember.
because
The Matthew Broderick one, yeah.
the one Matthew Broderick and Jean Reno.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Please, just for a second, look at the working poster for Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yes, please.
Like that's a good poster.
That is solid.
Godzilla with his back spikes spelling Godzilla.
Show me
That's
again.
solid. That's a tasty poster.
That is a good.
That's a good
poster.
working poster.
That's not bad.
When it eventually comes out, they should get the dude who did the Japanese Rampage poster to do it.
Oh, did you see how much The Rock loved that poster?
Oh really?
Yeah, because the American poster is him with
Yeah.
George, and he didn't make too much hype about it. But then the Japanese one came out, and he was like, "Oh my word, this is amazing! This is how you do a poster. This is the best thing I've ever seen."
Yeah, Hollywood posters tend to be pretty restrained.
On the note of Rampage, spoilers for Rampage ahead here, so like skip 5 minutes if you don't wanna hear it. But at the end, where George fakes his death, he was originally gonna die.
Yeah, and then
And the Rock was like, no, this is stupid.
yeah, like my brand that like audiences trust me, they're gonna walk out feeling good. There's no reason for him to die, only for like the character to think that he's died. Thank you. Works for me.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Like to the point where good old Dwayne was saying, like, if you kill him, if you go forward with this thing and you're like got your heart set on George dying, I'm not in this movie. Count me out.
Yeah. That's a man that respects his brand.
I'm gonna respect that
And
because
that's a brand that I respect.
and it's a brand that I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, at least now we know how that new Tower movie is gonna end. Happily.
The tower's gonna survive. The tower's gonna pretend to be on fire and collapsing.
It's gonna flip them off.
All the terrorists were make believe.
I want all the Dwayne Johnsons from all the movies to team up together.
In a Dwayne-ining.
Dwayne-finity War.
Ooh. Batman vs Superman. Dwayne of Johnson. If I could remember
I'm
any
not
of
gonna
it,
laugh at the joke.
If I could
I'm not gonna
remember,
laugh at the joke, but I'm gonna acknowledge the joke.
in my defense, if I could remember any of his characters' names, I would have put them in place of Batman's, but I couldn't remember a single character's name.
Don.
Hobbs.
No, wait, that was the other one.
It's Hobbs.
Fair play, fair play.
Hobbs and then The Rock in that movie.
What's his name?
Exactly.
What's his name in Doom?
The Rock from Jumanji. Oh, or his other character, The Rock from Doom.
Did you see that thing that he tweeted?
Yeah, and then it's like Dwayne.
So, you know, he was super stoked about Rampage because it's doing really well. It's being really well received. So he tweeted, "Oh, I'm so glad I was involved in a great video game project, unlike that stinker Doom." So the Doom official account just tweeted, "Dwayne."
Dwayne.
It was such betrayal in
Yeah.
that tweet that was like, oh, come on, guys.
Dwayne, why? Well, speaking of Doom, they are actually making another Doom movie at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently it's going to be either a digital release or direct-to-video.
Bad.
Okay,
sign.
that's fine. No, but that's fine. Like,
And-
I'm
Because
happy
if
it's
you're
gonna
gonna do a
be...
Doom movie, you need that tasty budget.
No, you do, but like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna make a Doom movie and you know it's gonna be direct-to-digital release or direct-to-video, then you know what to expect. You know because how do you get depth out of a Doom movie? How do you get an
But
enjoyable?
then just don't make it at all.
No, no, but that would be option A. That would be the smart man's move. But if you got your heart
thing
set
is,
on
I
it,
think-
if you're gonna Uwe Boll it,
I
then
was
at
very
least make it
excited for a
direct
moment
to-
just because Doom as a series has sort of found its feet again.
Absolutely, it has.
Yeah.
It's rebooted.
Do you think
and
this is gonna damage the brand?
No, not damage the brand. It's just I thought that like, they've realized people like the old school thing. They're not into the Doom 3 sort of dark, gloomy, which is obviously where the Doom film was also drawing inspiration from. And people are more into like the old school, like
Run
Doom
and gun.
sort of, just badass Doom experience with hell and with all that stuff. So, and actual demons that I thought they were like, okay, cool. Like, there's obviously like the new Doom's sold gangbusters. It's doing super well. People don't like that old thing. Let's follow that and do something in that spirit. So that was kind of my hope that they'd be like riding that wave.
I've got the name of the person they've cast as Doom Guy, if you want it.
Sure, hit me.
Yeah.
Amy Manson. You would not know her. She unless you watch Once Upon a Time,
Martina does. So I might actually know.
the lady who played Merida.
Actually, I think I do.
Other than that, she's featured in T2 Trainspotting as Woman in Club.
What's her name?
Amy
Woman in
Manson.
Club.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do know who
Yeah,
that is.
so she's gonna be playing Doom Guy.
Okay, let's move along. That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's really strange and just like planning to be direct to
Yeah.
VOD or direct to DVD, and yeah, it just seems weird.
It just seems like a weird misstep. It seems like something that maybe was happening almost before the Doom game came out. Because that would be the only thing that would make sense to me. Because if you went to a studio and you said, look at this is hot right now, then they go, cool, here's some money. But maybe if you had it in development from before that, it wouldn't carry.
But even so, I mean, you'd think they'd reconsider, like, once the new one came out.
Yeah.
But it does seem like it's a perfect storm of not really understanding your brand and its core audience. I mean, I've got nothing against sort of female leads being cast instead of sort of traditionally male characters.
Yeah.
But it
doesn't
does
really
just
matter.
but it does just seem like if you're doing a lower budget Doom film, like you're planning a direct to DVD release or direct to home video, you're casting a female lead for what has always traditionally been a male character, like a character that isn't even really a character.
No,
they're just sort
it's
of
a blank slate character.
yeah, it just feels like the kind of thing that's gonna have enough of a backlash with your
With your core
there's
audience.
too many women in Star Wars group, who is unfortunately a large part of your audience for
Yeah.
a game like that. So you're
A
basically
massive party of
so you're basically alienating your core audience.
Imagine if they give her weird color hair, what the audience will do.
Jeez.
The audience
the
would
thing
explode.
is, the thing is, you are.
They
I mean,
would-
from a business point of view, I mean, if your core audience is by and large for something like Doom gonna be that
18
crowd,
to
like
35-year-old white males.
yeah, why are you going to deliberately go out of your way to alienate them for a film which is not sort of wide enough release that it's actually going to be
Exactly.
on cinemas?
So it
So-
won't get the extra market that it
yeah,
needs.
you're not going to draw in new audience members that you would with a cinema release.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out when it gets released why. We'll find out production
Yeah.
details.
It
as
just
they
it
become
just
available.
seems like a strange thing that you're going to have such a limited release, which is necessarily going to just mostly rely on your core audience, and then
and word of
you're going
mouth.
to alienate a large portion of that core audience because they've already shown that particular demographic does not play
They
well.
don't like change or
Yeah.
really anything
Or women.
Yeah, they just don't
because
like women.
they've never seen them in real life.
They've only seen them on film.
And their pillows.
Yeah. Oh, James Franco up in here.
Snap. Okay, last thing for us to talk about. You know how Fox has been doing some cool innovation with the X-Men stuff?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They're taking it one step further, and I don't know if this concept is going to work.
They're gonna make
But-
a good mainline X-Men film after First Class.
That's crazy.
They're actually teaming up with a company called Kino Industries, so I'm assuming it's German.
Kino check.
No, I don't know if it's that. But they're
Yeah?
teaming up with them to make choose your own adventure movies.
Yes, thank you. I'm on board. I'm sold. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
How would that work as a medium?
Don't give a shit.
Because like there have been choose your own adventure movies of
Yeah.
a kind before, like 30 years ago, 40 years
I mean,
ago.
even
whatever.
I remember the X-Files game being comprised entirely of
The only
Yeah.
thing I remember.
filmed
but
live
this-
action segments.
Yeah.
That
but
so it
this-
was essentially it was the other way around. It was
Yeah,
like
but what they're aiming for is not like, okay, here's the scene, it pauses, what you want the person to do next. They're trying to get it so that the movie is continuous and the voting, because it's going to be the whole cinema of people choosing what happens in the film. So they're trying to get it so there's no pauses, no breaks in the movie. So it seems fluid with the voting.
So you would go in basically and
You probably have,
you're
like-
handed a vibrating thing that you get at the mall when your food's ready, and it
no-
gives you a little pulse, and
we-
you go A, B, C, D.
Well, weirdly enough, what they want to do, and like this is kind of weird for me, is they want to make it an app that you use on your
Nope.
phone.
nope.
That
that's-
sounds bad.
That's
that's
a
just-
fucking bad idea.
yeah.
Because the worst thing in the world in a cinema
Is when
a
somebody
phone.
pulls out their fucking
And
phone.
you just see this bright white glow. Just
And nobody even. I mean, taking it out is unacceptable. But then they also have the brightness on max.
Yep. And then that relies on if you have an app, a third party, even if it's a first party app built into your phone, that means you're going to have to rely on the fact that everybody's phone is going to work with the app. Everybody is going to choose the things. What if the entire cinema just goes...
They'll probably have a default.
No, they will, but
there will be a
it just,
default,
it just
but-
means that if you're not
It also
developing-
really limits your home release.
It completely destroys it.
But also my worry. Well,
You probably have like a
I mean,
PlayStation app that it ties into.
yeah,
something.
a desktop app. It's doable, but my problem is like, what if you go to watch a movie, and then there's just a group of stupid teenagers who
group of
always
fucking
vote for like the
idiots.
worst option because they want to.
and-
I want to see the boobs now.
Yeah, it just feels like I think anything that forces people to take their phone out in a movie is automatically a bad idea.
Yes, I agree with that completely.
I really like the idea of a choose your own adventure movie. I think that
Yeah, because
that
I
done
remember those
well-
Goosebumps books. Those were great.
Did Goosebumps ever do choose your own adventure?
Did they?
The books.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they did loads of choose your own adventure books.
Oh, I never got any of the choose your own adventure ones. I just have the stock
Goosebumps series.
standard.
Goosebumps absolutely did choose your own adventures. I
Never saw that.
vividly remember them.
But yeah, like it seems really cool and of an idea, but
But
using
no-
it as an app, like
No.
to get people to pull out of their phone, look down at their phone, and essentially disengage with the movie.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
Suspend
it's
your
literally just
disbelief.
like I don't want your cell phone light in my line of vision.
Yes.
End of story. Then you're taking the. It's kind of like I really like these sort of 4DX films, you know, where the seats move and there's the blast of air and that stuff. But I won't go back for the simple reason that they've got the bright lights that flash. Like I watched Force Awakens with it, you know, and then when the blasters fire, you got bright lights, fire, and really like those bright.
They're fucking bright and
those-
it's horrible.
Oh no,
Those
that sounds
incredi-
terrible.
you know those really
Those, like really powerful LEDs.
pure white, yeah, LEDs. That sort of, and they're not just you're wearing 3D glasses, but they're in the sort of,
right
you
in
can
your
see-
periphery.
You can see like past the 3D glass as well. So they're like, and you're sitting there, your pupils are super dilated because it's dark. You're behind the 3D glass, and then almost painful lights that are flashing.
For Star Wars,
Yeah.
a flashy film.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like it's just no, don't fuck around with light. Rather
Yeah.
give people like a little cheapy
Little
custom
panel that you can-
controller, yeah, panel thing or something.
But then again,
Or just
that,
like a little joystick that you
but
can
then
go left
again,
or right.
that'll kill the home release because how will you get it to work?
No,
Well,
home release. Then you can have the app.
That's
on the
easier
things.
because you can have it on the bottom right. Like you can have like press X for this, circle for this, triangle for that, or whatever.
Yeah. Or, you know, even on your just regular, like Blu-ray thing controller,
remote,
push
yeah.
1 for this, 2 for this, 3
Yeah.
for this. You know, you got
You got
your
options.
controls with your buttons at home already. So integration there, I don't think would be too difficult.
All right, that's gonna
Nice.
wrap it up for this week. Covered some news.
Recommendations, fucking Infinity War.
Infinity
Jesus.
War. There's no other recommendations.
Yeah, my recommendation for Blu-ray release is Infinity War. If it isn't out on Blu-ray yet,
just go see it in
just go
IMAX.
see it in the cinema,
Yeah.
preferably the IMAX.
Yeah, my streaming recommendation would definitely have to be Infinity War this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is out on streaming, but I think it's still on circuit.
Yeah,
you can catch it on
you know what? I
circuit.
think it's still on IMAX too.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
think people should try that out.
Definitely. So
Okay.
yeah, Infinity War.
Cool. Plugs?
At Beyond Van Heerden 1.
At Totalitarian Tom.
At CineBeards and at JMusicanth. See you guys next week. Crabbies.
Woo!